guys, this is Ruby. Today we are going to be playing with dragging molds. I got the two mica powder chameleon powders for this guy, maybe for this guy too, and for this one I'm going to do either mix and mold or perfect cast. So we'll mix those colors up in a minute. Right now I'm just going to paint the mold a little bit. Let's get this guy where we want him. We use polyurethane resin for this one, and you have to, with this mold, you have to get way down in there, because I mean there are times when I've poured it several times now, and it's just way I've missed like half of the crystal pieces because I didn't get the powder in deep enough, because I didn't realize they were that deep. Now this mold, you kind of got to watch the wings a little bit, because if you don't, there's a possibility of overpour. I've done it a couple of times now, so I kind of try to prop them up a little bit. Right now I'm working on an unlevel surface, so probably going to have to prop them up a whole lot. Now this color is turquoise. It's called Color Shift mica powder. Sorry, I cannot see today. So this is the turquoise color. I love this color. I think it's such a pretty color. So I'm assuming the color shifts are the same thing, or very similar to maybe the chameleons. I don't know. I'm just guessing at this point, because I really don't know. Let's make sure we get all the spots that I wanted to get here. Get a little up in his nose area. And I mean, I'm sure this thing has eyes, but it doesn't really show all that much. This is more of an abstract one, I guess, technically speaking. So there's all of that color. Oh, wait a minute, we need a little bit in the tail. And this tail goes way deep. This thing's a pain in the butt to try to demold, or unmold, whatever you want to call it. Whatever you call it, wherever you are. Alright, there's that. Put the turquoise up so I don't cause any bad problems here. And then we also have the pale green Color Shift mica powder. So clean the brush off. Got my little switching sponge over here. And this is more of a greenish gold color. There's a lot of the color, a lot of the gold colors are they're greenish gold color. I feel like I'm wasting the stuff, but you've got to get down into those, and that is hard to get down in there. Kind of trying to get the extra up in places I want it. These crystals they're pretty when they're done. Good God, getting them done. That's where the problem comes in. That's a lot of crystals in there. But I like him. I had a better brush, but got what you got. Gotta deal with it. There's some days I feel like I just might want to just dump it all in there. Now, this is, sorry I didn't say it at the beginning, this is a collaboration, fantasy collaboration with Tracy from, oh my God, Mini Scenes. My brain is just like, what? You want to talk? No. blame it on having to be out in public the last couple of days. I just have not been able to function very well. Got them all down in there. Trying to shake it and make sure I got it all down in the tail where I want it, everything. I'm going to leave a bunch up in there, but then again, I don't want to not have anything covered either, so. Well, it's damned if you do and damned if you don't. And if you don't like mess, you're watching the wrong channel, because I am one of the messiest people when it comes to making crafts. I've always been a mess. I'll just use up some of the color I just dumped out to color this little guy. Now this is a very matte mold. I got it from Temu. I thought it was bigger than what it was. So I was a little disappointed when I got it. It wasn't what I thought it was. But that was my own fault for not watching, reading the description very well. I need to learn to better observations, I guess. And this is just a little dragon, and he's got flowers around him, or maybe. And I've done these flowers in different colors, but I've got about a dozen of these little guys. This was the mold I was shoving all the extras into. Let's mix those two colors together, see what we come up with. Yellow, green, and turquoise. Let's see what shows up when I get it done. But this has been my little extras mold for a while. It always seems like no matter how much I attempt to mix up, I either mix up a hair too little or a hair too much. Can't seem to get the perfect mix. And I've done the whole measuring thing, and nothing seems to work well for me. So hopefully I don't overpour too much this time. Resin's kind of a little shy right now. Alright, we got that one done. Now with this one, I'm going to mix up the mix to mold. Put the different fluorescents in it and see what happens. Might be pretty, might be a disaster. I don't know. But we'll see. Get that up. And I got this little gadget here from, I don't know if y'all can see it or not. It's just a little caddy from Temu. A couple bucks, I think is all it was. Alright, let's see. Gloves. I need gloves. Where's my gloves hiding? I can't find my nitrile gloves. I did some rearranging on my stuff, trying to get stuff all into one room instead of having it in 2 or 3 rooms. And I've somehow misplaced my nitrile gloves somewhere along the way. So I'll find them. But these work too. These are just vinyl gloves I got from when my mom was in the hospital here a while back. Alright, so what we're going to do is I got a little bit of this. That should be enough. I bought this. It's amazing casting resin. I got it from Hobby Lobby. It's a 1-to-1 by volume, 2 to 3 minutes work time, 5 to 10 minutes unmold time. So it is a polyurethane type, and it does turn white. So we'll go ahead and mix him up, get him poured into the lovely little dragons here, the smaller dragons. There goes a choo-choo train. I don't know if y'all can hear it or not. And I know this takes, because it says on it, it takes 1.9 fluid ounces, which is right about 60 milliliters. These both little cups are right at 30 millimeters or milliliters or cc's or whatever you want to call it. I think it says cc's on it. So, but anyway, they're 30. And it mixes up just the right amount for the little dragon dude there. Just a little bit left over. And the part B is a yellowish tint. And the part A is clear. But, it's new to me. It may not be new to everybody else, but it's new to me. And I thought I'd give it a shot here. Let's see. You got all the working time you want to until you actually put them together. I like with anything. There I go, making a mess on the table again. It's just a mess. Ugh, mercy me. Why do I gotta make such a mess all the time? I keep getting this stuff all over me. And what do? Get it all over me. And the table, everywhere else. Alright, there's that one. There's part A. There's part B. Don't drop the cup in there. I have a time or two. Actually dropped the cup down inside the container. You only get a couple minutes to mix this at the most. So mix it well, mix it quickly, and then pour. I wait till it starts warming up in my hand. That's why I keep my hand around the bottom of it like that. That way I can feel when it starts warming up a little bit. It starts warming up a little bit, then I go ahead and pour it. Until then I stir it. Because, yeah, why not? Why wouldn't ya? And it does turn white when it cures. So there it goes, warming up. And here we go for it. You kind of have to watch because this thing has a lot of bubbles. You don't have a lot of time to get them out. Don't do that. But, you know, don't do what Ruby does. Be smart. I think if I bounce it, it'll go better. No, it just makes a mess. You gotta kind of watch these wings because they do kind of tend to overflow just a tad bit. Get off of there. And I don't fill it all the way to the top simply because those wings tend to overflow and make a huge mess. So just kind of move it around a little bit. Hope for the best. That's all you can do. Yeah, mix up a tiny bit more for the little bitty dragon. Maybe to finish that one off too. I don't know yet. There. Stir. Stir it up, stir it up. Let's try something real quick. Where it is. It'll mix real well in this color as you want. Like I said, I don't know if the color shift and the Thick Chameleon are the same thing. It seems like they are, but maybe not. I don't know. I don't know for sure. Did not mean to throw that much in there. I gotta hurry up, stir it all in before it starts heating up, making a mess. That's me, making a mess all over myself. Apparently, I cannot seem to prevent it today. I don't know what is going. Oh, it's already starting to cure. It's okay. We'll just throw a little bit more on top of there. Haven't hurt a thing. Woohoo! There it goes, right over the edge. was afraid of that. Grab something quick. Don't throw it over the other edge. There we go. I said the table is not the most sturdy right now. I don't know if you can see this little guy I'm pouring or not. He's just a itty bitty, and he's a very matte mold. Doesn't matter what color you put in him, he's very matte. There's all that. How about let's make some eyes on this guy. You know, he's going to be mostly I want you to go down in there. There goes there. Alright, fine. Just mix it up here and you can go on the face a little bit. Maybe in the nose and mouth area. Because, yeah, Ruby had to go and make a huge mess. We'll just treat it like it was supposed to be that way all along, right? Isn't that what we do when we mess up? But yeah, it's what it is. We just make do with what you're gonna make do with. Alright. Oh, what a mess. So I can't clean some of this up. Get off this guy. Oh, it's already starting to set up, so I'll just have to clean off what I can. Yeah, it's a mess. I kind of threw some galaxy color on my color shifting mica into this guy because I had a little extra left. I'm like, what? Why not? Let's do this. Let's do this. Because Ruby screwed up. Alright, there's that, there's that. Now, while that's working on that and setting up, I am going to mix up some mix to mold and add a little bit of this crazy stuff to it. Alright, where's the mix to mold? There it is. Way here. Let's go 2/3 of a cup. And 4 teaspoons of water. That's the quotient. That's the amount we're supposed to mix up with this craziness. Where's my scoop at? There it is. Oh, it's got paint all in it. How about this one? Alright. And I do know that the 2 scoops, the little scoops that come with the mix to mold, 1 scoop is 2 tablespoons of water. So gotta make a neon dragon. I forgot what color to make him big because I don't want to have to redo everything. This one for this one. Look at a little bit of both. Alright, Ruby, do not screw this up again. We do not need to be dumping a whole container in there. Use my little scooper here to do that. And these this that don't have the colors marked on them, so that was a kind of a darker orange, and this is a more of a yellowy orange. There's that. Alright. So we're gonna have an orange dragon, hopefully. Try to get it to mix in, that is. Come on, we can do this. Powder takes a little bit. Powder's a little weirder. This one says it's fluorescent powder. I'm assuming that means neon. I don't know for sure, but yeah, we're gonna try this. See if I can get the color to mix in a little bit better. It's not wanting to mix in all the way. Sorry about the noise, y'all. This thing has a high-pitched whine to it, but definitely does a better job of mixing in powder than I do. Since I want this to be a little bit thicker, I add another little bit of powder to it. And this stuff's pretty forgiving. I mean, you put just a tad bit too much powder in it, all it's going to do is thicken it up a little bit. Put too much powder in it, well then it won't. It only won't thicken up, but it will get loopy as hell. Excuse the language. Pardon my language. Alright, here we go again. I feel the heat on that sucker. This thing gets hot fast. My bright orange dragon's going to turn out. Looks like orange sherbet to me. I know this dragon normally holds about 6 ounces of resin. And even then you can guarantee that you're going to get keeping his feet or his flat ear flaps, I call them. I don't know what else to call them. Or his little scales along his back. Sometimes his feet, because his feet are difficult. And I didn't get enough on those wings. Darn it. I hate when that happens, because this mold is made weird. It is just way too thin at the wings, at these ear flap things, at the wings, and at the feet. That's where you have the most trouble with it. About 30 minutes on everything. This should probably pretty much, he's still pretty warm. I'm not going to fool with him. It's that hot right now for this guy. He's still pretty warm. Alright, we're going to give this about 30 minutes. Let everything set up. And like I said earlier, this is a collaboration with Tracy from Mini ScenesGB and several other artists around YouTube. And this is our fantasy collab, and it'll come out June the 7th. So if you still want to get in on it, you still can. Today is May the 23rd, so by the time I get everything uploaded and done, I'll have it scheduled for the 7th, so I don't have to worry so much. And if I want to add to it later, I might add to it later. I don't know yet. But we're going to tap and beat so we can get the air bubbles out of this bad boy. Alright. Just a tad bit more for those wings. Darn it. There's that. His wings are always really iffy. Very iffy. And normally if I'm adding any type of color powder to the mix to mold or the perfect cast, either one, I'm gonna usually add it to the powder itself. I forgot to do that earlier, so before I add in the water. I think I got shiny on the nose again. Cat like keeps catching something shiny on my face. Kind of annoying sometimes. Not sure what I got on me, but got something. Little drops. Sometimes I feel like a mad scientist mixing some of this stuff up. But it's going to be a whole lot darker than that. Oh well. It's okay. It's just going to be on the back anyway. Just want to make sure I can reinforce the wings. That is really dark. This looks like orange sherbet. Kind of does anyway to me. Maybe I'm just a weirdo. Well, I mean, that's a given. I'm weird myself, but guess I'm not anyone. I'm unique, just like everybody else in the world. That's what I keep telling myself anyway. May not be everybody's cup of tea, but it might be someone's shot of whiskey. You never know. There's a lot of us out there that are kind of way out there. But it's fun, you know. We're entertaining at least. Unless you know how to deal with this on a daily basis. Then maybe not. You might decide you don't want anything. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. So, do have a shout out list. I will do that at the end of the video. As soon as I get my list ready, because I don't know what I've done with it right now. A lot of ladies out there, a lot of talented people out there. Way more talented than me. But, you know, doing crafts is all about having fun and relaxing and enjoying yourself. It don't matter if you're good at it or not so good at it. There we go. Alright. Dump that back in there. I keep a bucket of water down beside of me. That looks like chocolate and vanilla. I wouldn't expect it to look like chocolate. Kind of does. This guy's a little bit cooled off. We'll go ahead and take him out and see what he looks like. I'm curious to see what happened here. This was the Galaxy color changing mica powder. I keep saying chameleon. I'm not sure it's exactly chameleon, but it might be. I think there's a couple pieces on this that are so super thin. But there he is. He looks kind of cute. He always looks better with a top coat. So we'll lay him over to the side. Let him finish hardening up, do his thing. And then we'll come back and then mold these guys. And I will be back in about 20 minutes or so. Alright, y'all. Not been quite 30 minutes. Well, it's probably been a little bit more than 30 minutes. Close to it. But, I missed a couple spots on this dragon. So I made up a little bit more. And so I poured this little guy. And I added in, I think it was this one. Maybe. I added in the neon powders to this one. Let's see what turns out. It's kind of weird on the back though. It's almost like, I don't know, maybe I didn't get the powder mixed in real well. But let's see what happens here. Well, he didn't turn out too bad. He's kind of cute. So we got him. Now, let's just get the crystal dude out and see where he's ready. Well, this one is a pain in the butt for me to try to unmold, because of the simple fact is his tail never wants to come out for me, and I have to fight and fight and fight to get it out. So get all that loose. His head comes out pretty, well, mostly easily. There we go. Come on, baby. Come on. You can do it. There's that. Now it comes apart. I always have the most trouble with that tail. Because it comes out and it goes all over the place down there. And the mold just doesn't seem like it's big enough. And this part right here always seems to, this right here always seems to snap on me. Because it is so thin. Let's see if I can get this guy to break loose here. I'm getting him to break loose, but trying to get this tail out, that's where the problem comes in. And don't do this if resin's even slightly warm, because that tail will snap right off. Come on. There we go. And we got that little guy out. Now those are some of the color changing mic, as they call them. A little overpour on his wings, but that's easily fixed. This is the pale gold or green? I think it's the green. That's actually the pale green. And this is the aqua color. But there we have our little flying dragon. And now comes this part. Now I don't know how well this is going to work. Alexa, shut it off. His face may not stick to the rest of him. And that looks like it's going to. I have found out with this stuff, one of two things will happen. If you add it in and it cures, it won't stay on. And it didn't this time either. So that's his little face. So we'll just glue him. We'll just glue his face on. He'll be all right. But these are the these powders that I made up, and so it didn't turn out quite too bad. A little bit of glue, and glue his face back on. Put his face mask back on. Otherwise, it looks a little odd. But I do know if you take and if you like mix the mold and then pour the resin on top of it after it's cured, it stays. But if you do it this way, and this way I poured the don't break. Pulled the polyurethane first, and apparently I was trying to get it in there before it started setting up too much, but apparently I didn't quite make it. But there he is with his odd little face. And that is my fantasy dragon molds from this one's from Let's Resin, and both of these, this guy and this one, are both Timu videos. So this has been a collaboration with Tracy at Mini ScenesGB and our fantasy thing this year. We'll get on. I'll go ahead and get this uploaded, and it should be out somewhere between the 5th and the 7th of June. So we'll see what we got to do after that. But I think I'm gonna do some changes here though. See if we can't fix these. It looks a little odd. Gotta give them a face, right? That one ain't gonna work. Of course not. Why would it? Where's my other marker at? Marker. Oh, is that gonna work? That's not what I'm looking for. How come I can always find the color except the one I really want to find? Because they're all everywhere, that's why. Because my workspace is a mess. What's this color? Oh, there's silver and gold. black. Let's try this one. It may or may not work. I don't know. Worked the last time I used it. That doesn't mean it's going to work this time. There it goes. Now he's marking. There we go. Well, kind of made it defined his face a little bit more. Do the same way with this little pink one. Fluorescent pink. And these are made with polyurethane foam. Polyurethane resin. Oh, good Lord. Little nose in, little eyes in. Give him some color difference anyway. I need to find the bigger markers for that one. Let's see what happens if we do it with silver. Will silver work? It should. That doesn't mean this one's going to, because it's been giving me a lot of grief lately. Not wanting to work real well. Works better, I guess, if I use the side of the nib instead of the front. Mark on here. Yeah, a little mark on there. Still not the color I need. I didn't burn it. Let's see if this one's gonna work. Let's work a little bit better, not much. One of these days, I think I'm just gonna make the silver and gold dragon, just to see if I can. I think it's because this mixed mold is freshly poured. It hasn't had a chance to completely cure up yet. That's why these markers don't want to mark on them. He's not very well anyway. There we go. But there you have it. That is my fantasy video of Here Be Dragons. So I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Catch you at the next upload. Bye.